Hi, this is Pastor Greg with the Jordan Assembly of God Church in Jordan, Montana. You are listening to a recorded live Sunday service at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. To listen live or hear more messages, please go to jordanaog.com. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel on the live stream link as well. Now, without further ado. At any rate, abiding in God. What does it mean? And the two things that came to mind was in Revelation 3:18 and John 17:3. Those were the two things that kind of first came into mind because I really honestly didn't know where I was going to aim. All I knew about was aiming at abiding in God. What that was all going to entail, I had no clue. Now you need to understand something, that normally right around about Monday or Tuesday, I normally have a pretty good idea of what Sunday is going to bring. This is the first time in 14 years that I had really honestly no clue. I had no idea. Monday, Tuesday came along, I had bogus. I had nada. But I did have abide in God. So Revelation 3:18, buy from him gold. The finances must come from him in order for you to be rich. So rich needs to not come from what I think it is, but the gold and the finances and everything else like that that I think is valuable, my value is determined by God. God is the one that determines value. My raiment, my clothes, but not just any kind. Notice that it's not just any clothes. I'm not just going to God and say, hey, give me a pair of jeans and a shirt. But it says, white. White. The purity has to come from him to be shown on the outside. In order for me to show forth a purity or a white, it has to come from him. So, my outside needs to come from my inside. That my raiment will cover me. That God is the one that's actually bringing that purity. Salve for your eyes. How you perceive things need to be healed by him in order for you to say that you understand something. In order for me to say that I understand something, I need to have gone to what? I need to have gone to God for the eye salve so that I can look at people and I can see them the way he wants me to see them. I can look at situations to see them the way he wants me to see them. Have you ever seen something and you were like, I can't believe they're doing that? You probably never done that. Probably never done that, right? Never done that. I can't believe they're doing that. Hey, do you know what they're doing over there? I saw them. That's right. Yeah, don't tell nobody. Stays between you and me. That's right. Hey, you know what Greg said? He said he saw them. This is so foreign to you, you probably don't even catch the reference. Okay, anyway.
I got it.
Got it. Oh. So, how I see things, how I perceive things. And then the next one, life eternal, John 17:3. So life eternal. So we have, what do I need to, it's like how I perceive, how I see. I comes before E except after C. It's the only way I remember. At any rate, life eternal. And I'm looking up at the clock and I realize that, oh my word, I'm already near the end of time. At any rate. And I didn't even get, this is my intro. I still have 4 other pages left. At any rate, moving right along. That's right. That's right. Right, exactly. So life eternal, this is something so very cool. I cannot get myself out of thinking about of John 17 verse 3. I cannot stop but thinking about that. This is life eternal. To know the only true God. And to know, whoa, hold on. I thought eternity was about me getting to heaven. Did you catch that? I thought eternity was location based. I thought eternity was after I die. But Jesus is saying this is life eternal. This is life eternal. That you know the only true God and that you know the Son that he has sent. So it's not location based. It's not based on where I'm at. It's not based on my current situation. Well, one day you will, and boom, 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 boom. And Jesus is saying this is life eternal. It's not location based. And it is not time limited either. To know is not time limited. That phrase, to know, is not time limited. It's relationship limited. How long did it take you to actually, those who are married, how long did it take you to know your spouse? There's some things that you're probably still learning. How long did it take you to know your friends? Those of you who are not married, the friendship is also the same thing. How long did it take you to know your friends? How many times has it been when a friend would say something and you're like, man, I didn't know that you thought that way. Hey, did you hear? No, okay. Sorry, I couldn't resist. So if life eternal is not location based and it's not based on time, it's not based on the when, it's not based upon when, it's more there. The only thing that it limits us is to know him and his Son. I need to stop thinking about the end. I need to start thinking about right now. How do I get to know him now? What would that mean to abide in him? Because if that's life eternal, I need to stop thinking about the when I die type of a thing, and I need to start thinking about what does it mean to actually abide in him right now? What does that mean? What is he changing in my heart now? What is he wanting me to do now, not later, now? Because I don't know about you, but life eternal sure sounds cool no matter where I live and no matter where I'm at. Whether or not I am stepping in this world right here or whether I'm stepping into the great beyond, it does not matter because that relationship shouldn't change from here to there. Only distance changes. And he says that he brings us up and puts us. Ooh. What does it mean to abide in him? What does it mean to allow our lives to understand that our value is not based on what we think it is, but we go to him to find out what our value and what value really truly means. This is important to me. Have you compared it to God exchange rate? Have you looked at God's exchange rate to what you value? My outside, the raiment that I'm going for, isn't something that I put on. It's something that I live. Now, do you understand where I'm going with this whole entire thing? That 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock on Sunday evening, it hits me, and I start to realize, I'm like, oh my word, you take this, you pull on this string, and you got to follow it, because once you pull on that string, you can't unpull it. You can't unpull the string, and you just got to keep on following it. And sometimes you might be like, but I've always learned this way. I've always lived it this way. I've only known it to be this way. Well, it turns out the one who is the judge of the value, and the one who's the one that's changing my inside, and the one who is in charge, or should be in charge, of how I see, he is the one that does that. And he says, and Jesus says, this is life eternal, to know him and to know the Son that he has sent. That's life eternal. So I'm not going to get, I can't even. My intro is my message right now. So my challenge for you today, take these things. If you want to take a picture of it, take a picture of it. Go into Revelation 3. Go into Revelation 3. Go into John 17. Go into Revelation chapter 3. Go into John 17. Look at those verses. Read them. Know them. There's 3 ways of studying the Bible. I will end with this, and then we're going to go into communion. I don't want anybody to look back at the clock and be turned into salt. So sorry. There's 3 ways to study the Bible. End with this. 3 ways to study the Bible. 1, you read, just read it, just get the information and whatever. 2 is you start to study it, you start looking up commentaries and whatever. And the third one is my favorite. The third one is the one I think that really enriches you. It's not that just reading it is not important, and it's not that studying it is not important, but this third one is absolutely, if you stick with it, it is so enriching. If you just take a chapter of any book that you want, I normally start out with John, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. Okay, and then I go in there from there. Sometimes I like to jump into Romans, sometimes I like to jump into Hebrews or whatever. By the time you reach 3 John, your exercise of what you've done in your mind, because right now it's going to be a lot. If you've not exercised your mind in reading the scriptures and doing this, it's going to take you a little bit. It's kind of like working out. You're working that mind. Take a few verses, just take 2-3 verses. Put them in your pocket, write them down. Put them on a calendar, put them as an event, and put them as a daily reminder. And read that, and then go through it. And just take those 3 verses and just think about them. And then either the next day or maybe the next week, you pick another 3 verses. And you just keep on going that until you've actually done it. I spent an entire year in the first chapter of Genesis. And I've spent spent an entire year in the first chapter of John. And I'm going to tell you, I love the first chapter of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God, and nothing was made that was made without him. Love that. Love that. Any rate, I said I would end. Father, thank you for this time. Thank you for this day. As we move into communion, I pray, Father, that we may just remember you and think about all the things that you have done for us and how you walk us through. In your name I pray. Amen and amen.
Thank you for taking the time to listen. Messages will be uploaded and posted to jordanaog.com. Please remember to follow or subscribe for future messages.